Do you know what's a formal letter? Actually, first we have to know what's a formal letter, and then we'll discuss about how to write a formal letter step by step. Okay, let's know what is a formal letter. Actually, there are two. There are two letters. There are two types of letters in English. One is informal letter, and other is formal letter. What is a formal letter? Formal letter is a letter that you write to an institution or to someone who is holding a position in an institution. Okay. Simply, we can say that a formal letter is a letter that is written to any institution. Okay. For example, we write a letter to a principal. We write a letter to DC, to Union Council. Okay. And we also write a letter to the manager of any institution, etc., etc. So whenever we write any letter to an institution, okay, then we can call it a formal letter. And what is an informal letter? Informal letter is a letter that is written to any person who we know, or someone who is related to me, or someone who is a friend to me, or we can say we write a formal letter, or we write an informal letter to our family members, to our friends, or to someone who are our familiars. That's it. Okay, let's start. Now we are going to discuss about the parts of a formal letter. There are 8 parts in a formal letter. How many parts? There are 8 parts in a formal letter. Okay, let's start. The parts of formal letter. Okay, the parts of a formal letter. Okay, okay, fine. There are 8 parts in a formal letter. The first one is the date. Okay, I'll discuss each of the parts later. First, let's know what are those. Okay, number one is date, and the second one is inside address. What is that? It's inside address. Okay, inside address. Number 3 is the subject, or you can say subject line. Okay, subject line. Number 4, salutation. Okay, number 4 is salutation. Number 5 is the body. Okay, and the body is divided. Okay, we'll discuss later about the body. Then the 6th one is the conclusion. Okay, the conclusion. Okay, number 7 is the closing. Okay, and number 8 is the signature. Okay, it means whenever you are going to write a formal letter, you have to maintain, you have to follow, you have to include these 8 parts. Okay, so if you want to hold the full 8 or 7 marks or 9 marks out of 10, you have to follow these steps, and you have to write your formal letter following these steps. You should not omit any of the part. Okay, now let's discuss how to write these 8 parts. Okay, let's start. First, we are going to discuss about date. Okay, so you have to write the first thing that, and that is date, right? Okay, now let's start date. How to write the date? I suggest you to write the date in 2 formats. Okay, the number 1 is, first you can write the date. Today, we know today is 19, right? Now we can write 19, and then you have to code the month. We know it is November, right? And then the year. Okay, you have to write the date in this format. And you should not put a comma here. Often I see whenever we examine the scripts of students, we find that they are using a comma. Okay, they are using a comma between the month and the year, or between the date and the month. So you should not put a comma because it's letter and it's digit, and these two digits are divided by the letters. That's why you should not put any comma here. Okay, now the second format is write the month first, November, okay, and then you have to write the date, and then put a comma, and then the year 2024. Okay, why we're putting a comma here? Because we know that it's a digit and it's also disease, right? That's why to divide these two digits, we have to put a comma between these two. Got it? Okay, fine, thank you. Now so we have already got how to write the date. Okay, the first thing is the write date. Now we're going to write the date 19 November, right? 19 November 2024. Okay, now the second part is to write the inside address. Okay, how to write the inside address? What is an inside address? Inside address is the address of the recipient. For example, you're writing to the principal of your college. So here the inside address is the address of the recipient. First you have to write the post name of the person, right? Now write down the post name, the principal. Okay, principal. Okay, here the letter P should be capitalized because it's the name of a post, and we know that when we're writing a post name, then we capitalize the first letter, right? Thank you. Okay, then someone write the spelling of the word principal in this way: principal. Actually, the meaning of these rules and regulations, okay, and the meaning of this word is the head of a college. Okay, so we should not write this word. It means rules and regulations. Rules and regulations. Okay, I think I've got it. Okay, fine. So the second part is to write the inside address, and you have to write down the college name. Suppose ABC College, and then the address of ABC College, right? And there is, suppose, Dhaka. That's it, and nothing else. Okay, fine. So we find the first part here, part 1, and the second part is the inside address here, right? Part 2. And what is the third part? And the third part is the subject line. What is that? Subject line. Okay, just you have to write subject and then put a colon here, and now here you have to write the subject. You can start the subject with an application. An application. Okay, get it? An application for, and now just put your topic here. Suppose you're writing for a canteen. Now we can write an application for a canteen. That's it. Okay, now, okay, so we have already got the first one, date, and the second one, inside address, and the third one is subject line. That's it. Now the fourth part is salutation, right? How to write the salutation? We know the salutation refers to those words actually that express our respect to someone. For example, dear or dear sir. Okay, fine. Dear sir or sir, we can use these two things. Okay, or respected sir. And that's it. So the salutation refers to those words. Our fourth part is dear, dear sir, and you have to put a comma here. And the fifth part is the body. You have to write down the body. And how to write the body? Body is the thing where you have to include. You have to include your demand. Okay. You have to include your content for which you're writing. For example, and how to start the body. The body has two sections. The first section is the introduction, and the second section is the conclusion. Okay, the first section you have to show the thing you are writing about, or you have to draw the attention. You have to draw the attention of the man, of the principal, or the recipient you're writing to. Okay, so you can write in this way. If you want to write, if you want to start, the introduction, how to start? Many students starts like I have the honor to state that, or I beg to state that, but you should write this in a standard way. Okay, how to write this in a standard way? We can start with intensive respect. Okay, with intensive respect and humble submission. Humble submission. Then, if you write for yourself, you can write just I, and if you write for all the students, okay, or if you're writing the letter on behalf of all the students, then you can write we, or you can use yourself, and at the end of the letter, just you can include on behalf of the students. That's it. However, just we can use we and I. If you're writing for yourself, then you can write I, and if you are writing to all the students, then you can use we. That's it. Okay, fine. Now we can write we would like to, I, or we would like to I would like to draw your sympathetic attention, okay, to the following fact. Okay, whenever you're writing an application to the principal or to DC, or you can write to any union councillors, okay, then you can start in this way. Just add these sentences. That's it. Okay, and then you have to you have to add your content. You have to add the description about the thing you are demanding, or about the thing or about application that you're writing about. That's it. Okay, now, so we got first part. We have got first part is date, and then the second part is inside address, and the third part is subject line, and then the fourth part is salutation, and this one is the fifth part, right? This one is the fifth part. Okay, okay, fine. Now we're going to the sixth part. The sixth part is the conclusion. In the conclusion, you have to write down about what is suggested to do, or what is needed to do, or what is you are expecting from the recipient. That's it. So in the last part, you can write or in the sixth part, you can write down in this way, in the circumstances, okay? In the circumstances, we extremely expect that you would be kind enough to grant my application stated above. And, or you can write here as well as, okay? As well as obliging us thereby. That's it. So it's our sixth part, and there are only two parts remaining, and those are you have to close the letter, and it is called the closing. How to close the letter? Just you have to write down sincerely yours. Sincerely yours. Or whenever you are writing to someone who is commanding you, or you are under his command, okay, then you can write obediently yours. And if you are not under his command or her command, then you can write sincerely yours, that's it, or faithfully yours. And the final part is the eighth part is your signature. Just write Shahadat Hossain. Write then your class, role, and then you can write, if you write this application on behalf of the students, then you can write on behalf of the students. That's it. On behalf of the students. That's it. It's all about our formal letter. Thank you, everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.